Hello everybody and welcome back. It's already been about 2 weeks since my last video, and today we're reacting to a project that I've been waiting for a long time. I think it might be among some of the first like musical projects, or at least a single from an upcoming album that I reacted to on the channel about a year ago. It's been a minute, but at last, Venus by Zara Larsson is finally here and ready to be listened to. It has landed, and so far, I only know really one song. I've been good. I've been really good. I have not listened to any of the teasers, any of the previews, any of the snippets, nothing that I can remember of about the album other than the lead single, Can't Tame Her, which if you want to see my reaction, I'll put the link in the description below. But I mean, other than that, we're heading into this. There's 12 tracks, 11 that I haven't heard yet. I know there's a few of them that came out as singles over the last year, but like I said, I didn't listen to any of them, which I kind of feel bad when I do that because I don't support the artist with the streams. I also heard, I think from an interview or something like that, that she's kind of going back to her older sounds from the first album that was never internationally released until very recently. For some reason, the record label, I guess, in Sweden decided to release the first album that she ever recorded, One. So now that's available for listen. To be honest, a lot of my favorite tracks still remain the ones that came out on the EP after, but without further ado, let's jump right into it. I mean, I haven't listened to this one in a minute.
Night is still young, where the hell will she go? Nobody knows, nobody knows. And you can't tie her down when the night comes around.
I think I still enjoy it as much as I used to when I first listened to it. There's something about it that's just like so, the synth pop of it is so fun. Wanna have fun. Ooh. I can't.
Can dance on her own. Club is closing, but she ain't going home.
Oh my god. I just remembered that the video... Oh boy. The video that I recorded for my reaction for Can't Tame Her, I had long blonde hair, and specifically in that video, I had decided to let my hair dry naturally, and my hair is naturally curly. It doesn't show, it's kind of more wavy because I really styled it, but naturally it kind of is a thicker curl, and on top of it my hair was dried from, you know, all the bleaching and changing and toning and whatever. So I just had a mental image of what it looked like. I'm gonna put an image next to me right now just to give you an idea of what I looked like at the time. That's wild what a year's difference does to someone.
Smell her perfume as you walks through the door. I wanna know where the hell
Ooh, the grunt. So I've listened to a couple of performances of her doing this song live, and when I tell you, her grunt gets me every time. She has a way of, like, I don't know, biting into the song so well, and her performances are always great, if not amazing. I remember during the pandemic when she did that IKEA partnership concert live on YouTube. I think it was right around the time that her previous album came out, and she did the whole track listing. She sounded amazing. She always does. She's one of those artists that I know for a fact, like, I want to see live one day if she ever comes to Montreal, because I know how great she will sound, and I love that. But yeah, her growl just gets to me every time. I'm like, oh.
No, you can't take the girl, 'cause she runs her own world. Can't tame her.
So yeah, basically still a great song. If you want to see my full reaction to it, once again, I'll link down below, but I think as an opener, that's great. The message is really nice and fitting. I don't know, like, if there's going to be a storyline per se in the album, or if there's like very specific themes that will come back throughout different songs, but as an opener, like, Can't Tame Her, she's gonna go on this rampage, Venus, goddess, just like there's nobody that can literally stop her. Kind of sets a little bit of a tone for the album, and I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we could've.
Wait, was that? Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, wow.
trying to fix you and me. But all that I know is coulda, shoulda,
I already like the melody in the back.
stupid, crazy, fast until we lost control.
Okay.
Could you stay right by my side one more time? So much more than this was.
Okay. Okay.
Mine for the night before
Oh.
yeah, we could have made up.
Okay.
Cause all that I know is
I like how synth pop it is. Kind of dancey too.
by my side one more time just to try.
There's kind of this build up in energy that's also really nice.
What if we could have been so much more than this was?
Ooh. Clean.
You were really messed up. Can we press rewind?
Ooh, I kind of, it's giving me running out into the rain and dancing, just having fun type of energy. Just like 100% giving yourself up to like life and just, I don't know what I'm saying.
What if we could have been so much more than this was? Coulda, shoulda, just don't mean a goddamn thing.
Now, the next track has David Guetta, so I'm thinking like we're gonna have a lot of like dance hits, or we're gonna head in that direction. But there's a track called April 10th. It is the last track off of an album that's called by, I might mispronounce it again. I know somebody corrected me in the video that I reacted to this album, but Grant Knoke, I think it is. It's just this kind of like free spirit abandoning. Hold on, it's like a burp that won't come out. Abandoning yourself to life and just like living through the storm type of energy. Just, I like that mental space, especially that sound on tracks. This was cool. I think it might rank higher on my ranking, which will be below in the comments if you want to see what it is and react to it, because I know it can be controversial. So yeah, very David Guetta chords.
I need the time to make up my mind.
Ooh.
Hear my pain, can you hear my prayer?
Ooh.
Into the dark, into the light, baby, I go. Whether it's wrong, whether it's right, I will follow. I put that on my love. I put that
Okay.
on my love, on my love.
It's so funny. First of all, I apologize for stopping right before the beat drops. Second of all, it's so funny because I was just, I think last week or the week before, revisiting the album Nothing by the Beat by David Guetta. The album that had like Titanium by Sia, that had Where Are Them Girls At with Nicki Minaj and Florida, that had Without You with Usher. You know, all of the big great songs from the early 2010s-ish. And I was like, oh, we haven't heard that type of track in a minute. It sounds like that. It sounds like it would have fit on the project 10 years ago. So that's kind of cool. Weird timing of life, but I like where it's going.
I still need you deep in my heart.
It's kind of cool. The two tracks, this one and the previous one, kind of have that ethereal energy to it. And it matches like the whole Venus cover energy.
Into the dark, into the light, baby, I go. Whether it's wrong, whether it's right, I will follow. Put that on my love.
To me, Zara had done an excellent job with the song, how's it called? I don't, hold on a minute. Words. That's what it's, with Alesso. There you go. Okay. She did such a good job with Words with Alesso that I'm not surprised that she wanted to revisit that again. I'm happy that she did. It's kind of funny so far. I don't feel like there's a track that really stands out just yet as like superior, but it's consistent. Like it's consistently good pop music. Obviously, we're only at the beginning of the project. We're only one quarter in, but it's definitely okay. I don't want to talk too quickly. I'm gonna let a couple tracks go by, but all three that I've listened so far, like I am 100% down to revisit them and to listen to them again. I like the energy and the vibes that they're bringing to the table.
You know my situation. Why you acting like you can't be patient? Boys like you love fantasy. Anime, no, that ain't me. You've been distant.
Ooh.
Please give me ammunition.
Ah.
Know my intuition.
Okay, now I hear the similarities with like the first project.
Fix yourself or watch me leave.
Ooh.
Daydream
You go, girl.
slowly.
Oh.
I wanna give us a shot. Please give me ammunition. Believed in it.
Ooh.
But after all I've been through,
That is such an interesting production.
you can think about you hurting me.
It kind of, okay, I'm pushing it a little far, but it does kind of sound like Ancient Greece. A little bit. Like the harp-ish type of sound. I know it's a guitar, but it strings.
Give me ammunition. You've been distant. Love me, kiss me.
Okay, now her vocals are really, I feel like, stepping into place and... See?
Give me. Love me, kiss me, touch me, kiss me, touch me, touch me.
I like how a bit more like experimental of a pop it is. Oh, is that an outro? Oh, this one definitely takes the lead for production. Definitely. My only thing that I sometimes have like a bit of a struggle with when it comes to Zara, her vocals, amazing. Her production, really cool. And honestly, I always appreciate her songs. Her lyrics, to me, and this is when people, like her fans are gonna like scream at me. Sometimes the content of her lyrics is just a little bit bland, just a little bit. So I was like, step it up a little bit. And then we were like going through the songs, and that was kind of my only like fear going through the first 3 tracks. I was like, I need a little more depth in the lyrics, just a little bit more. But it brought it. I don't know for why, but for some reason, her line when she says I'm not anime, like I just got this visual of this guy, this gamer that's like obsessed with video games and like not paying attention to his girlfriend. Those little nuggets of details really just make a difference in the storyline of a track, and I really appreciate that. I do understand the other tracks being dance tracks. Sometimes it's more about the production than it is the lyrics, so sometimes it's a give and take, especially on an album. You have the opportunity to kind of catch up later on, but other than that, like, I really liked it. I really like how sort of experimental it is. I really like how out of the box and like non-ordinary it is, and it's a cool track. I found it really, really cool. Ooh.
None of these guys got nothing on mind. Either too short, either too high.
Oh.
None of these guys got nothing on mind. They don't ever school, they don't ever side. None of these guys got nothing on mind.
Wow.
They want up, but I doubt they got the right energy.
Ooh, I like the vocal mixing on this one.
None of these guys got nothing on mind. Either too short, either. None of these guys got nothing on mine.
Wow.
And I give them straight A's, but I deserve only D's. Through the night,
Ooh.
nobody can read the signs.
Ooh.
Way you make me feel so right. None of these guys got nothing on mine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
None of these guys got nothing on mine. They don't know the school, they don't know the side. Through the night,
Ooh.
nobody can read the signs.
Oh yeah.
They might hate, but I can't lie. None of these guys got nothing on mine. guys got nothing on mine. They don't know this cool, they don't know this side. None of these guys got nothing on mine.
Huh. What? Okay, that was sick. I don't know why I started tearing up too. Wow. Okay, hold on. I gotta piece my thoughts together. First of all, it did remind me of Love Me Land. And when I tell you, when Love Me Land came out, I fanboyed over it. The production was so insane. I loved the bass work and what they did to really complement her vocals. It was epic to me. That is hands down one of the best tracks in pop music I've heard in very, very like long. I don't know why I struggled so much to say long. And this is really reminiscing of it. It's really like same type of the bass work plus her vocals, and it makes it kind of a darker, edgier type of pop music. The production was really cool. She was singing basically the same melody in two different octaves, which the lower one, the bassier voice one, was closer to me. The higher vocal ones were further away, and it just the whole the effect was really, really cool. And content wise, I loved what she did with the lyrics and the catchiness of it. I'm very happy that, like, because okay, another fear that I have when I listen to an album in general has nothing to do with any specific artist in like per se, but when I listen to an album, I'm always terrified that all of the best songs are going to be in the very beginning and then the album's going to go. So we're hitting midpoint in the album, and to me, so far I think it might be my number one track. Like, I am geeking out on it, really. Anyway, so yeah, that was a cool track. Wow. Ooh.
You're so in love with him, it's tragic. To your family, he's perfect, but behind the curtains, he's someone else.
Ah.
He drags you down instead of compliments. You know I'm telling you, has a friend what he's putting you.
Ooh.
Won't be long, it's a matter.
Oh, wow.
You just tell me you love who you love.
Wow, that went in a very different direction than what I expected. For some reason, when I read the title for the first time, because I think this one came out as a single right before the album came out, the only melody / reference I had for You Love Who You Love was, for some reason, Jessie J's track from the early 2010s, Who You Love. It's a kind of a ballad-ish. For some reason, that was my only reference point. I don't understand why, but I was kind of, it's gonna sound weird, but I wasn't down for like a ballad from Zara because I know how she's gonna kill it and it's fun, but I love her pop music that we can dance to and have fun, really. So anyway, I had that in mind, and then the guitar started and it's very different from the rest of the tracks that we've heard so far, so I was kind of thrown off by that. And then the chorus came around and it's kind of this like heavy cool. What does that even mean? That cool, heavy on guitar pop track that kind of, in some way, shape or another, remind me of Hannah Montana. I don't know what's the only thing that comes to mind. It's kind of funny because I also went through Hannah Montana's discography. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Don't leave yet, please. Thank you. I only did it because of the memories. I didn't really necessarily do it because I enjoyed the music per se. There were a couple of tracks, like iconic tracks, like Nobody's Perfect. But that being said, I kind of wanted to revisit that too, because I hadn't heard in years to have a moment. So I was driving down. I had like 2 hours and a half of driving to do to get somewhere, and I just put that for a couple of minutes. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of that.
He promised you he's gonna change, but he's the same.
Ooh, it kind of sounds like
No, he ain't heaven.
like I'm a super spy, I'm a badass type of person in the verses.
It's a matter of time till you call me 'cause he made you cry.
Interesting. I also like that perspective, that take that she's telling a friend instead of being told.
I sound like a broken record, but you need to figure it out.
Ooh.
But you don't wanna listen. You just tell me you love who you love.
Yeah, I think this part specifically reminds me of Hannah Montana. That was interesting. I don't think it's gonna place necessarily among my favorites of the album, but it's cool considering the concept of Venus and having that voice about love and the goddess of love kind of giving advice on love. to me, it fits. It makes sense. And the production's really cool. It's different, gives kind of a break from the pop, synth pop music that we've had before. Now, before we get into the next track, I just want to say that I told you guys in my reaction video, I had told you guys when we reacted to the song Can't Tame Her, we also reacted to the music video, and when she steps in the elevator and we kind of overhear a little bit of what's going on in her earphones, I was like, ooh, is that like a song, maybe a next single or like something off of the album? And I was right. It was the next single that came out. It is End of Time. That was the subsequent single to Can't Tame Her. I managed to avoid any spoilers, which I'm very happy about because I think that one was the hardest one to avoid. I might have heard a little bit of snippets here and there, but not long enough to really have a solid idea of the song. Anyway, so I was right. I just wanted to point that out.
I feel myself falling into emotion, and you make me want to see. I put it all on you and I.
Ooh. For some reason, it reminds me of ABBA.
I want your love.
Okay, not anymore.
To start a fire.
Well, a little bit.
If they
Ooh. Whoa, that switch up.
when you pull me close underneath that light for all of this time.
Ooh.
I want your love to start a fire.
I mean, that's an interesting choice for a second single. I'll talk more about it after.
Undo the fabric of my mind. To start a
Huh.
the end of fucking time.
Oh, all right. Okay, I got a few things to say about this one. First of all, I'm surprised that it was chosen as a follow-up single, and especially a second single, where, you know, from what I've seen, usually it's either one of two strategies. The first single is a heavy hitter, it's a comeback, everybody talks about it, and usually overshadows the second single. Or the first single is kind of foot in the door strategy, just like, hello, I'm coming back, this is a snippet, this is a little bit of a tease, and then the second single is a big hitter, and that leads to the album. So I'm kind of surprised, based solely on the idea that it's not necessarily the catchiest song so far. You know, in a strategy where you kind of want to release a heavy hitter, you got to make sure that it's like an earworm. And to me, it's not immediately an earworm. So this is why I'm a little perplexed as to why this was chosen as a second single. Once again, coming from working in a record label and marketing, I know I'm saying this in every second video or so, but like, I think it's pertinent because I have a professional opinion about it. Okay. That being said, I think it makes a lot of sense on the album. Concept-wise, End of Time, like you think of gods as eternal and like lasting years and years and years and years and never dying. So I feel like the idea of it fits the album really, really well. So I'm happy that it's there. I'm not sure I understand the decision as a single. It might also be a cultural thing. I think maybe it was more of a logical choice for Europe and a little less of a choice for North America. And we know that, like, I mean, I don't know why she's not massive in the States and Canada yet. Like, this is a long time overdue, but it might have been a choice made more for Europe than here. So that could explain it. See, none of these guys would have been an excellent single out here. Excellent single. Anyway, that being said, that was a nice song. I got other ones, I think, that I'm really hooked on to, but like I said, it fits the album, it fits the overall energy of it, and I think it definitely has a place in the album for sure.
Tell me you're fine, yeah. Give me a smile, but
Ooh.
nothing. And that's how it starts. Say it's nothing. It all falls apart.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely about the moment where, so on the surface, it feels like, okay, you're just being silent, but inside it's like, I'm too tired to fight anymore. I don't think it's worth it. And you don't say anything anymore. Got it. Got it.
When you say it's nothing.
Yeah.
Never nothing.
Yeah.
Something has changed when you say my name and you're not the same No more trust, both of us. That's how it starts. 'Cause I know you will. It's never nothing. If you don't tell me, we can fix it. Can find a way out. Want me there? Please say something.
Still very non-conventional. Ooh, that's pretty. This is interesting. I appreciate it as part of the album. As a standalone track, not necessarily my favorite immediately, but it's kind of cool that she's breaking the mold of the stereotypical pop song and doing something different. So I feel like it's a little more edgy, a little more artistic, less, like I said, conventional, which is a thought that I didn't finish before. And obviously there's concept-wise the message or the idea of the song fits in the context of the album. I like it. I think definitely I wouldn't skip it if I'm re-listening to the album, but I'm not necessarily going to go for it outside of the album. But also I kind of like the message of it.
Everything's going like crazy. To come and take care of me. Please, could you pour up my drink? Could you rub
Ooh.
me? Hey, baby, I'm weak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, I'm weak. Come fly with me.
Ooh.
Ooh, you got my heart going, babe. Think we one and the same. Baby, be my
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
got me feeling like ooh, nah, 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 yeah. Nah, nah, nah.
Ooh. Kind of a little bit soulful, groovy.
Be my style.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh yeah.
Imagine we shower in diamonds. In the knees, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like vibing to it.
Ooh, you got my heart going, babe. Think we one and the same, babe.
I like this a lot.
It's a private flight. You can take me all the way anywhere you like. Just don't let me go. Ooh, you got my heart going, babe. Think we one and the same, baby. Baby, we could hop on a plane. See you calling my name. Baby, be my escape. Would you be my escape?
Nice. I just like for a minute just vibed to it. I was on a different mental plane. Just wow, that's quite the pun. It's a sweet, cute song, I guess, but the production was really groovy, and I didn't expect that from this album, so I like it a lot. It's just a fun, a little bit of like, I don't want to say funk, but like house-ish funk, soul, something like that. The only thing so far is the order of the songs. There might be a reason for it, but it's a lot of like ups and downs in terms of like things that are going well, things that are not going well, which I mean, it can represent an actual relationship. Between the songs, I feel there's less of a storyline, which is always something that I'm kind of like inclined to look for, simply because I like concept albums. I like, an actual storyline to follow, which isn't always the case. And there are amazing pop albums that don't have that, which is absolutely fine. I don't want to say that it's like plenty of songs they wrote, just put together and figured out what was best. I think at some point she might have had an idea of where she was going with this, but I don't know. There's something about the track listing. I might have reworked a few things differently.
And anytime I hear Born to Die, it's like I'm in a time machine.
Oh, is that a ballad?
We'll always have the soundtrack of us falling into love, yeah. Always have the soundtrack.
Oh.
I wonder, do you think about us? Or do you ever wish we were more? I hate how we broke each other's hearts. We'll always have the soundtrack.
It's funny, I'm really drawn into the lyrics on this one. I'm really focusing more on what she's saying.
Singing hallelujah so loud. No, we never could have dreamt that. If I called you now, would you pick it up? Am I crazy for it? Was all about to go bad. Soundtrack. Ooh,
kind of sounded a little bit like a musical song, like a movie musical particularly. I'm not mad at it. I'm not in love with it either. I appreciate its place on the album, but see, it kind of goes with the thing of like, it seems to be like going well, not well, well, not well, well, not well. So I'm a little thrown off. I feel like the ending of the album is really going to be the ending of the relationship. The last song is called The Healing, and then when we also have Venus coming up. I don't mind it, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit lower on my ranking for sure.
Started out on the horizon, thought the love was made for someone else, but you have changed me. Venus, like a supernova, I can't stop this overwhelming feeling.
Okay.
Can't see us, my world is upside down. You turn my heart around.
Ooh, 80s synth pop.
My body and my mind agree that you have rearranged me. Oh, Venus, my world is upside down.
Huh.
Venus,
Okay.
diving deep with someone for more than just a night. Like a supernova, I can't stop this overwhelming feeling. Loving everybody.
Ooh. See, this is what I mean when I say the grit, the biting into the music, biting into the vocals.
Oh, Venus, you turn my heart around.
I was expecting the verses to be a little more concept-ish, because Venus is such a powerful imagery that in my mind she would have taken the opportunity to really dig into like the story. Then again, it's Venus. I kind of think Aphrodite, also Greek music. Venus is more Roman, but I was kind of in my mind in that mental space of like, oh, it's going to be like very story, Greek mythology type of direction. The message and the content is a little more simplistic than that, but for sure, like, I'm not going to skip it if I play the whole album. Really, I have a couple of favorites that are earlier in the album, I think, that I really hooked onto really, really quickly. Obviously, synth pop, if you've listened to my videos and if you're subscribed and have kept up, which if you're not, you should. I'm a sucker for synth pop. So yeah, that's right up my alley as a song. But there's a little something missing to me. There's just a little missing to me.
The one before you wasn't careful. The one before you kicked my heart. Nobody told me love was a contact sport.
It's brutal.
That I can't love you, yeah. Can I be with you after the healing?
Oh.
After the monsters in my head are finally gone.
Ooh. Yeah, this is. Oh, that one I like.
So no, it's not your fault that I can't love you, yeah. But can I be with you after the healing is done? After the healing, give me just a little time, 'cause I just gotta let me cry.
Oof.
But I wanna be with you.
Oh.
This isn't your responsibility. Can I be with you after the healing?
Now that I can get behind. This idea that she's probably talking to the next one saying, I want to be with you, but I still have healing to do, which A, very mature of you, Zara. Good for you. And two, that's kind of cool because I don't hear that idea very often. This is great. This is a great ending to the album. The only thing that bothers me, and I was kind of thinking along the way, was that I feel like because the two ballads of the album was like they were close to each other at the end. I think the album would have benefited having more of like a build up in terms of energy at the end and then hitting with the healing at the end to kind of have that contrast. I felt Venus was kind of like, I don't want to say mid-tempo because I don't think it was, but it didn't have like, or it might have been too short of just having one song before the healing, but it would have been a nice moment to really ramp up and then bam, have the healing and be like, this is the ending of the album. I kind of like drama, if you haven't noticed. But as a song, as a ballad, I liked it a lot. I liked how simple it is, especially compared to the very intricate productions of the album earlier on. This idea of the healing, I feel like it could have been attached to like Venus in some way too. The healing comes from, you know, kind of meeting up with Venus and talking with her after the fact of going through this change of like how she perceives love and like how she experienced love, which in that regard makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I liked it. Honestly, I think so far out of her whole discography, this is the best production I've heard on any of her projects. I like how pushing the envelope in terms of production it was. I like how non-conventional it was. There's a few things that were really, you know, non-American pop-ish. So it might be something a little more common in Europe than it is here, but it's nice to hear tracks that kind of break the mold a little bit. And also synth pop, like I said, right up my alley. So many of the songs were like right up what I like to listen to. A few notes here and there when it comes like to the order of the tracks. A few of the songs that I'm like, you know, the context, the stories and whatnot. But overall, I think it's a great pop album. And Zara deserves a lot more, especially from North America. She should have been up there many moons ago. She's delivered great projects in the past. I don't understand why. Just why? Just tell me why. Anyway, so this was my reaction to Venus by Zara Larsson. I hope you guys appreciated the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like, you know, all the traditional YouTube things that I'm supposed to say and repeat myself over and over again. I'm curious to see which tracks kind of stood out to you. Leave in the comments below what you thought, because I like reading them and interacting with you guys. Some of you guys have amazing things to say, and I like to like exchange and like react and whatnot. All this to say that thanks for thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.